WTIM. You're listening to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed Kamai. My next guest this morning is Sasha Young, the superintendent of Central A&M Schools. Thanks so much for coming on, Sasha.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's good to have you on. We were hoping to have you in person, but doing it by phone works just fine as well. So you folks have a lot going on over at Central A&M Schools. I understand you'll be celebrating some of your FFA students coming up. Talk a little about that and what they and folks in the area can expect.
Sure. So last week we had 9 members of our FFA team travel to Moreau Forsyth to compete in a proficiency judging for Section 16. During this proficiency judging, the members are interviewed about their supervised agricultural experience in areas like ag education, equine entrepreneurship, small animal care. We had 4 of our members place first and 1 place second out of those 9. And the 4 first place students get to compete at the district level. So it's kind of exciting. We have a very active FFA. They are constantly, working in the community, volunteering, going to all these different proficiency judgings and, competitions around ag education. And they do us proud. So we're excited to be sending them to the district level for some of these areas. Yeah.
Exciting stuff. Congratulations to all those who were honored there. You mentioned equine entrepreneurship. Is that where you start a business to sell horses or have them available for equestrian? What's that like?
So that is all things encompassing, right? Like not necessarily selling horses, but working with horses, working with selling horses. So yeah, it's just the things the kids pick up and they learn, and then they share that knowledge with the judges, answer some questions. It's a very professional experience. So it's kind of exciting to see your high school students working at like at an adult level, being interviewed professionally and answering so eloquently and doing just an amazing job representing, Raider Nation. So.
No, good stuff. And again, congratulations to all of those folks who were involved. Now, it goes beyond just the students taking part. I understand there's I think there was an honor or something you were saying before we got on about your sponsor teacher, I think is the term for the FFA. What do you have to share there?
Yes. So Mrs. Betsy Bergner, who is a teacher at Central A&M High School, as well as our FFA sponsor, was nominated by a colleague last year for just being an amazing teacher. And the honor is called Award of Excellence. It's given by Illinois State Board of Education. And basically what it is we have this program with ISB where we can nominate amazing staff, amazing teachers for either a Those Who Excel award or Teacher of the Year award. And it honors educators who've made a significant contribution in public or private education in the state of Illinois. And last week we learned that Betsy has been awarded the Award of Excellence, one of the nominees for the state of Illinois, and she'll be honored at a banquet later in April. And so that's exciting to have our FFA being so successful, and then to get such a state honor for the person who's kind of in charge of FFA. So yeah, they kind of tie nicely together, and Betsy puts a lot into her teaching and a lot into FFA program, and it paid off. She won an amazing award, and we're happy to have her as our school community. So.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to Betsy Bergner, a part of the FFA involvement that goes on at Central A&M. In fact, it all works out really with the timing because you were talking about the FFA and then of course the teacher involved in the award, and that all comes a week before National FFA Week. And here on WTIM, your information station, and on the WTIM morning show, we'll be hearing actually from FFA chapters at a bunch of local schools, and Central A&M is on the calendar as well. We may talk to Betsy Bergner, it may be other folks. We will figure that out, but really looking forward to having that on next week, and that is the week of February 23rd through the 27th. So we'll have it just the Monday, Wednesday, Thursday of that week. But sticking here with Sasha Young, the superintendent of Central A&M Schools. So I understand we've also got some state scholars to talk about. Where do you want to take me there?
We do. So every year, seniors are nominated or looked at in this Illinois State Scholar Program. It recognizes top Illinois high school seniors, approximately the top 10% in the state, based on academic achievement, specifically with class rank and ACT or SAT scores. And so we were notified that we actually have 3 at Central A&M this year. We have Jesse Nielsen, Christopher Brummett, and Isaac Rund. All are representing Raider Nation in the Illinois State Scholar Program. So that was exciting.
Sounds like it. So we got the state scholars. Congratulations to the 3 of them. So we got the scholars. We got Betsy Bergner, the FFA. Man, we're off to a really good start with the show today. So
quite a celebratory month.
yeah. No, and we love to have that here on the WTIM morning show. Anything else you want to highlight about well, anyone winning anything in anything academics related before we go on to other topics?
Sure. So we're always celebrating our academic success, and our seniors are hearing from, colleges and being accepted. And it's always exciting this time of year when you have a conversation with a student who's planning their next step, right? So we've got lots of college acceptance letters, lots of committed for athletics at colleges and junior colleges and universities. So yeah, it's just a celebratory month. Like I said, all great things happen this time of year. So
that is really lovely, and I know for high schoolers, right? They're going into college or whatever their next steps are. It's a big step in their life, so it's a big deal to hear about this stuff and find out where they go. Well, that's some of the great stuff going on, and we've got other stuff to talk about. It's not bad by any means, but we'll let it take us where it does. I want to get to state testing because you folks have got that coming up soon. What can you share?
We do. So last year we were lower than we wanted to be with our state testing scores. We have a school who is working through the school improvement process and making gains. And the opportunity that comes with needing to be in the school improvement process allows us to really sit down and focus and break apart all of the things that we need to work on. So my school building that is in the school improvement process has been working diligently to look at the data and figure out, like, how do we make this better next time? And so we've been working on prepping, I guess you would say, for the state testing that comes in March at all of our buildings. But pretty diligently, we've taken a deep dive into the data. We've made changes in instruction. We've made changes in how we prep for the state testing. So we're gearing up to be excited about state testing here, and thinking about how we can show to the state and to our neighbors, area schools, that we're a great place to be, and we're a great place to live and educate your children and be involved in FFA and sports. And so yeah, we're just excited for the opportunity to really show the work we've put in, and for our students to show how fantastic they are and how smart they are on the state testing coming up in March.
Yeah, and in terms of looking at kind of how to improve the scores, I would imagine you as superintendent, right? You've probably got all the data there with you, and you can kind of see from the top down.
Sure.
Have a good idea of what needs to be done, and then you get the outside help as well. Does that sound accurate?
It does. We look at we can look at district-wide data. We can break it down to school. We can break it all the way down to individual student data. And what we can see with the graphs and the charts that we look at are, where are some gaps? Like, where are our students struggling the most and where are they being the most successful, and how does that reflect what's actually happening in the classroom, right? Like, is there a gap because that subject matter isn't covered before the state testing happens in March, or is there a gap because that's something that we just didn't get to, right? So figuring out where the gaps are, where our students are struggling, and planning for that helps us attack the testing season the next year. But it really is a deep dive into individual student data, classroom data, building data, and then district data, and sitting down with colleagues and potentially the year before colleagues and the year after colleagues, and just aligning what we teach, how we teach it, and how the students are learning it so that we can better tackle some of the needs that we have discovered.
So it seems like you'll be busy then, certainly over the next month as the tests or the testing comes nearer and nearer. Anything else you want to highlight about that testing before we go to break?
I just think it's important that our students are ready. They come to school ready to test, and we do everything in our power here to make sure they have what they need to do the best job. Our buildings provide breakfast. There are snacks provided during state testing time. We give brain breaks. We do everything we can to allow the students to show up and do their best. And so, as a mom, I always made sure that my kids were ready to go to school and had breakfast at home if they didn't get breakfast at school, and they got a good night's sleep, and they just had confidence in themselves that they could come in and do this and just show everyone what they know. So I guess that's kind of what we're doing here. We're just making sure we're ready and we're prepped, and all the work that we've put in over the last year really shows up.
Well, that's good to hear from you there, Sasha Young, the superintendent of Central A&M Schools, as you get ready for the state testing. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll have plenty more to discuss with Sasha Young right here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station. WTIM.
Taylorville Care Center's personalized therapy program helps you get back to enjoying the season, whether it's holiday gatherings, winter walks with the grandkids, or cheering on your favorite team indoors. We'll help you stay active and independent. You'll receive great medical care and the therapy you need to get moving again. If you've been in the hospital or just need a little boost, call Taylorville Care Center at 824-9636, 824-9636. Taylorville Care Center, caring for our community for over 50 years.
I'm Will Perkins, President and CEO of Taylorville Community Credit Union. TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Hart Media Group Community Spotlight, allowing a different nonprofit organization to be highlighted on WTIM, WMKR, and WRAN each month.
Hi, I'm Tim Sutton. I'm the Kiwanis president. The Kiwanis Club was founded in Taylorville in 1956, so we're celebrating our 70th year of serving our community and our children of our community. We'd like to invite everybody out on April 25th. We're having our pancake and sausage breakfast that day at the Moose here in Taylorville. Those funds we use every year to help buy coats for needy children, Kiwanis scholarships, help to support our Kiwanis Park out at the Lake Taylorville, and other needy items that are used for children of our community.
TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Hart Media Group Community Spotlight. Come join us. You'll wonder why you waited. Member NCUA.
Your locally owned Scooters Coffee at routes 29 and 104 in Taylorville are proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the WTIM Tornado Give Back promotion. Scooters Coffee will donate the following to the Taylorville Sports Boosters. For each Tornado varsity football touchdown, they're donating $10. For each three-point shot in varsity Tornado boys and girls basketball games, they're donating $3. And $5 for each home run scored by varsity baseball and softball team. The 22 local Scooters Coffee Taylorville, thank you for your business. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
If you're 40 and over, you'll recognize these artists by their first names. Frank, Dean, Sammy, Andy, Nat, Diana, Michael. Well, here's the big news. You can now hear Central Illinois' largest music library with over 3,500 songs on air and online at 965thechill.com. Tune in on the FM dial in Christian County and on your computer or smartphone. Hear these great artists and many more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on 965thechill.com.
Finding the right employees can be a real challenge these days, whether you're hiring full-time or part-time. That's where the regional radio stations come in. We're here to help you connect with the qualified candidates you need. Check out IllinoisJobPost.com. That's IllinoisJobPost.com. It's part of our comprehensive radio and internet employment campaign designed to get your job openings noticed. For details, just reach out to your account manager. Put the power of radio and the internet to work for you at IllinoisJobPost.com.
WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and I continue my conversation with Sasha Young, the superintendent of Central A&M Schools, and we spent the first segment talking about a lot of great topics, the FFA, some awards that were handed out to Central A&M students, and some state testing. I want to turn now to sports, because I understand that you've got some stuff to share about that. What do you have?
So I just wanted to touch base that we have ended our girls basketball season. We are done for the year. Boys basketball is heading into regional play. We're gearing up for all of the spring sports: track and field, baseball, softball, and girls soccer. Those are all starting, and that will be amping up pretty quickly. I think matches and games begin in March. So it's just going to be another busy spring for us here at Raider Nation. We also have a musical that has been planned. We haven't been able to host a musical in a few years due to just participation was kind of low, but we're excited the musical is back on this year, and it will be April 18th and 19th at our high school. We also have a talent show planned for this Sunday afternoon, involving high school and middle school kids as well. So we have a busy spring starting this week, actually. So we're excited, but we can't believe it's already springtime. This school year has just flown by. So that's about what I have.
Yeah. So in terms of the school year flying by, I mean, you're the superintendent, so you kind of experience it from the same perspective every year. I mean, does this one feel kind of different?
No, actually, they all feel really fast. There are moments in the school year when you're like, oh my goodness, this seems to be dragging, but goodness, this school year just seems to have flown by completely. It feels like we were just at Thanksgiving break. So not sure where it goes. That old phrase that your grandparents use when you're little, it goes faster the older you get. That's not false information.
That's right. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff going on. So you mentioned the musical. What show is it?
We are doing Mary Poppins Jr.
Mary Poppins Jr. All right.
It involves our middle school and our high school students, and we purchased the program last month, and they are starting practice and meeting regularly to put on what I'm sure will be a fun musical.
Seems like a pretty quick turnaround, but I wouldn't put it past them to put on a really good show. I've not seen, well, I don't think I've ever seen Mary Poppins on a stage setting, but not in a movie for a very long time. So really excited about that.
So I'm excited. Yeah.
So you got
I can't
showings.
wait to see what happens.
Yeah, neither can I. And so it sounds like it's happening on the 18th and 19th of April, you said?
Correct. We have a Saturday night show, and then we have a Sunday night show plus a Sunday matinee. So 3 opportunities to catch our show.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. And then you've got your talent show Sunday. What time is that?
This Sunday evening at 5 p.m.
5 p.m. All right. So you've got that to look forward to. And then, of course, sports. I always love talking about sports. Actually, we just had the boys basketball team on another one of our Heart Media Group stations, WMKR. Looks like that one finished in a win for them. So they'll be going into the playoffs.
So we begin regional play next week.
Next week, looking forward to that as well. Sasha Young, Central A&M School Superintendent, thanks so much for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And this is, of course, the WTIM morning show on your information station. Stay tuned. In just about 10 minutes, we'll hopefully have another conversation for you as we continue on this morning. Talk to you soon.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Crews have braved a snowstorm, fierce winds, and bitter cold in the wilderness near Lake Tahoe, northern